What would you like to see going ahead for Speedy now, your superhero character? And would you like to see Stephen return as Green Arrow?
I mean, I think that Thea would very much appreciate having her brother back in her life. Even though she's very happy that he's running off with the woman of his dreams right now. He's very happy, but I think she definitely needs him too. And for her future in season 4, man, I hope that she keeps wearing that costume as much as possible and maybe gets a yellow one on the cape or something. I don't know.
Do you think we'll see more crossover episodes with The Flash as well? Would you like to do some more?
I would love to do that stuff, but the writers love to keep us all very much in the dark, and they don't really want to tell me much about it. I mean, obviously there wasn't anything of me in season 3 crossing over, but there's a bunch of possibilities, especially now that the Legends of Tomorrow and everything like that. There's always the options and stuff, but again, like I didn't even know what my suit looked like until I tried it on, and I mean, I'm just teasing about the yellow cape. I'm just really wanting it. They have not confirmed anything about it.
How far ahead do you get the scripts?
God, I think it's before we start shooting. Like, we're probably
so
going to
get them episode by episode?
Episode by episode.
Wow.
And we're probably going to we start shooting season 4, July 13th. I'm going to go ahead and ballpark saying that I'm not going to see the script till the 10th.
All 3 of you in a battle royale, which character wins?
I would probably lose. I'm the smallest.
Well, we already know now.
I mean, come on, of course she wins. She wins in the costume and she wins in life.
So where is Nanda Parbat? Because it seems to be about 10 minutes outside Starling City.
Where is Nanda Parbat in the show?
No, it's next door. It's like a Starling City, Nanda Parbat, then Central City. You got to go through Nanda Parbat.
You know,
to Central
the
City.
League of Assassins is it's steeped in the Middle East somewhere, so that's where it is.
Somewhere.
It seems to be about 10 minutes from wherever anyone is.
You know,
Secret location.
it's just a really fast jet.
Cool.
I think on the subject of Harley Quinn, obviously there's been a lot of debate lately about the alleged underrepresentation of female heroes in the Marvel Universe and some of DC. How you feel about that? If you have any thoughts on that, and how shows like Arrow are going about redressing that balance?
That's actually a really good question, because one thing that makes me so honored to be on this show is being able to do a justification of this character's arc as a female and as an empowered woman. I mean, she just gets beaten down by everybody in her life, whether it be the males or the females. Just everybody in her life has just been lying to her, untrustworthy, all that, and she honed into something inside of that, like herself, and is becoming what she is becoming, and it's very, very amazing to be able to represent that, and I think a lot of the girls on our show have been pulling that stuff out really hard. Like Katie Cassidy's character has gone through so much, and now it's just come out the other end like a very strong woman, and I have very high hopes for the future for women being empowered in television and in movies. I think that Harley Quinn could be a great one as a like crazy, sexy supervillain, but take it away from just, you know, her being sexy and actually just being strong and powerful. I think that's usually what should be pushed out there far more than pumping up the breasts and showing her ass. Like, let's actually show her mind or what she is physically capable of.
Following on from that question, you saw the backlash against Mad Max Fury Road from a lot of people saying it was too feminist. We've still got a long way to go, haven't we?
I haven't seen it yet, but that made me so mad to hear that. I mean, I guess I have I've never seen it. I don't have any opinion on it yet, other than the fact that what is wrong with some guys out there saying that? Like, I just don't understand how did the conversation all of a sudden just get reversed? Like, what? Now there's male activists all of a sudden? Like, okay, it's fine, it's great, congratulations.
I recently went back and rewatched the pilot episode of Arrow, and it's amazing just how far each character has come. And I know that this season there was a flashback to when Ollie was supposedly still on the islands and he came and saw you and killed your drug dealer. How was it playing a younger Thea again? Like, because I mean, you've all had such big character arcs from episode 1 till the finale. Like,
It's been a huge arc, especially for Thea in season 3. But really, going back was a bit painful for me, to be honest, because I've I mean, I don't blame people for typecasting. I understand it. But I just felt like through the trajectory of my career, I was always typecasted as a little sister of somebody, and then also a bitch for a while, or like some type of like rich girl wearing a school uniform. I mean, that was the exact same school uniform I wore in USC. It was really weird. I felt really awkward about it, but it's fine. So going back into that thing was just, it was just like, haven't I proven that, that this is not who I am, and I should not be represented as that, but it was nice to be able to show.
It was an interesting contrast to see.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to show the contrast between the two, and prove that, and also to show everybody the fact that I look way better with short hair than long hair, I think, personally.
But they're both very talented actresses, and they'll go with that flow, I think.
Well,
Thank you.
if they were to take a lighter tone, where would you like to see your character go in that direction?
Personally, I mean, and this is all this personal opinion because, again, I have no idea what's happening in season 4 yet. Like, literally no idea other than the fact that I'm going to be in it. That's all I know. I hope that we get to see some type of effect from the Lazarus Pit. I think that would be really awesome. Some type of just whatever, whether it be good or bad. And I hope that, you know, if people are starting, like, I think that the stories are starting to come to a really like cool, calming end almost, where everyone's drama is kind of being resolved. So maybe there is, like, you know, a period of time where everyone can actually just be happy for a second, and then it'll probably get ruined in a couple episodes. But
you've talked already about the importance for your characters to provide kind of interesting role models and stuff for people watching the show. I mean, Speedy appeared in one of like an iconic DC cover where he was caught doing drugs by the Green Arrow and the Green Lantern. I mean, how do you work that when you're kind of working on your characters and stuff, that like these characters mean a lot to a lot of people and everything can...
It's very interesting because a lot of the people come up to me and say, you realize that Roy Harper was supposed to be Speedy. I'm like, yeah, that's in one of the comics, but there's also another one where Mira Deirdre is Speedy. So, I mean, I hate to say I have done my research, and I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. And I get, you know, people not thinking that, but it's interesting coming from the show because there's our writers wrote for the comics, and they have a huge, profound love for the stories, and they don't want us to steer away from it. But it's also difficult being on television, being on a network, and trying to mix the two together. There's definitely certain things that are gonna be lost a little bit, but it's nice to be able to pull out those stops and prove the actual stories in the pudding, I guess.
I think what makes a hero also very interesting is their vulnerability. That's what makes them interesting to watch, because they're, I mean, how hero all the time, we would lose interest. So, like you said, like they're going to do some flawed things, and you know that's great for the morality part of the story as like a cautionary aspect of what not to do and how we can learn from it, especially as heroes.
How important do you think it is particularly to have female characters in these type of genre shows kicking ass as well?
そういうのを見れるのはすごい素晴らしいことだと思うんですけど、ちょっとごめん、質問が聞き取れなかったから、女性のキャラクターがこういうふうに出てきて、強い女性を演じることに関してどう思うか、今後それがどういうふうになっていくか。素晴らしい。I think it's great. Yeah. Sorry, like
I was lost in translation. Anyway, just bring you very quickly. Obviously, you know, DC has had its problems on the big screen, but it seems to really be getting it right on the small screen. Why do you think that is, and what is it about Arrow that you think people have latched?
You know, the human truth is very relatable. We all have a vulnerable side, a dark side, and I think Arrow really explores that. And I think they did a pretty decent job in the film side as well. But you know, Arrow especially has shown a lot of that human vulnerability, and also there's like the Shakespearean parallels to you know, our human condition. Like basically, Arrow does a great job at showing aspects of life that really challenge each character. And it's just very relatable, I think, to everybody, all the audience.